Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. To do the useful thing, to say the courageous thing, to contemplate the beautiful thing, that is enough for one man's life. Most of the trouble in the world is caused by people wanting to be important. What we call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Sometimes things become possible if we want them bad enough. It is a test that genuine poetry can communicate before it is understood. Where is the life we have lost in living? Where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? You are the music while the music lasts. The progress of an artist is a continual self-sacrifice, a continual extinction of personality. The very existence of libraries affords the best evidence that we may yet have hope for the future of man. It is obvious that we can no more explain a passion to a person who has never experienced it than we can explain light to the blind. Humankind cannot bear very much reality. So the darkness shall be the light, and the stillness the dancing. Home is where one starts from. It's not wise to violate rules until you know how to observe them. Knowledge is invariably a matter of degree. You cannot put your finger upon even the simplest datum and say this we know. I said to my soul, be still, and wait without hope, for hope would be hope for the wrong thing. The communication of the dead is tongued with fire beyond the language of the living. This is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper. Whatever you think, be sure it is what you think. Whatever you want, be sure that is what you want. Whatever you feel, be sure that is what you feel. Television is a medium of entertainment which permits millions of people to listen to the same joke at the same time, and yet remain lonesome. Half of the harm that is done in this world is due to people who want to feel important. They don't mean to do harm, but the harm does not interest them. Unreal friendship may turn to real, but real friendship, once ended, cannot be mended. O Lord, deliver me from the man of excellent intention and impure heart, for the heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. If you aren't in over your head, how do you know how tall you are? All significant truths are private truths. As they become public they cease to become truths, they become facts, or at best, part of the public character, or at worst, catchwords. People to whom nothing has ever happened cannot understand the unimportance of events. There is not a more repulsive spectacle than an old man who will not forsake the world, which has already forsaken him. We know too much, and are convinced of too little. Our literature is a substitute for religion, and so is our religion. For love would be love of the wrong thing. There is yet faith, but the faith and the love and the hope are all in the waiting. Business today consists in persuading crowds. It's strange that words are so inadequate. Yet, like the asthmatic struggling for breath, so the lover must struggle for words. Immature poets imitate, mature poets steal. The bad poet is usually unconscious where he ought to be conscious, and conscious where he ought to be unconscious. The business of the poet is not to find new emotions, but to use the ordinary ones and, in working them up into poetry, to express feelings which are not actual emotions at all. The most important thing for poets to do is to write as little as possible.